like a wallet chain for your brain. This is the Normal Isn't Necessary podcast, brought to you in part by the Gumball Head Sobriety Society. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday, the 26th of February, 2025. I'm your host, Gumball Head, popping in for another episode of Road Rants. As we travel to work this morning, we are dealing with some traffic issues and some stop-and-go traffic here in this area. And yesterday I took a hiatus. I wasn't feeling well, and a few of the people in the household were not feeling well as either. So we just kind of took the day off. Hopefully, Monday's double whammy with 3 podcasts helped out a little bit with our dropping of Michael Sanders Banks at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then we had another podcast that morning titled Drive. And today, as we travel to work, it's my first day back in shorts after a long winter so far. The rest of the week is going to deteriorate weather-wise, so we're going to keep an eye on that. But today we're wearing shorts, and we're going to show our legs off to the world and try to get some sunshine on them while we can. So we sit and we look at life a little bit differently the more that we listen to these podcasts and the more that we produce these podcasts, because as I work through some of these issues that I hear from people that follow us and take the advice and information from other people, I grow as a host, we grow as a community, and you grow as a person. So hopefully you get the opportunity to tune into these. I do want to take an opportunity to show some love to the Modern Biking Beard Company. They are an exceptional group of men who have put together products for other men focused on taking care of their manes and their beards. And they have shampoo, they have facial scrub, they have conditioner. If you guys decide that you want to order from them right now, shipping is free for any order over $35. You can use the code Gumball for a 10% discount on anything that you purchase from their website. And they are working on getting the sample packs back in action. Sample packs look to be quite a good deal. Bars of soap run about $6 a bar, so it's about the same price as the premium brands in the stores, and it is made right here in Ohio, and it's a veteran-owned company. Not only that, but the owner has 100% control in everything that goes into the products, and he refuses to sell at a larger wholesale level because of the fact that he wants to maintain that quality control in the products that they provide to the public. So check them out. Gumball Head is the 10% off code, all lowercase when you make your order, and that's at modernbikingllc.com. Beard care products for men, and they have a Shield Maiden line, which is Shield Maiden is designed for ladies, body butters, and a couple of fragrances on there. So check out the website. Next week, we'll be interviewing Vinny Brigance for a podcast. Vinny Brigance is a stop smoking specialist who specializes in hypnotherapy for smoking cessation, and we're going to get to talk to him a little bit about his journey. And he was he was actually our first co-host live when we were broadcasting on Facebook. He had sat with me live and got to see what the Facebook thing was all about. He does a majority of his work now on TikTok and Facebook, works very closely with people on social media. So you won't want to miss that. We're recording and taping with him March 5th. So that means the podcast will be out on the 7th of March. So stay tuned for that. But our lives, as we know it, are controlled by other people, whether we realize it or not. Societal influence has a lot of power and control over our activities, our actions, and what we do. And a lot of people don't think about that, but our lives are managed by a lot of other people. I recently had one of those situations where we filed our taxes, and our taxes were taken from the state of Michigan because they said that we owed a tax bill, even though we didn't live in the state the entire year of 2024. We lived there for 1 month. And still scratching my head on that. It's not anything major. It just seems to me that there was something not communicated, and they took a portion of our tax return, which is not good, but it's not bad. We'll handle it, and that's one of those things that we have to deal with in life as we push through those things. But everything that we do, we all have managers, we all have assistant managers, we have co-managers and supervisors and leaders, and then we have the followers, which most of the followers are just that. They follow because they don't lead, or they don't want to lead, or they can't lead. And that's a struggle for some. Some people want to be in the management role or the leadership role, but they don't possess the skills. And those that do possess the skills don't want to be in that role because they don't want the responsibility. And it's a coup de grace when it comes to what do you want from your life. That happened to Spangler. That happened to all of the cast in American Pie. It's happened to the people in Animal House. What do you want to do with your life? Well, the older we get, the harder it is to determine what we want to do with our life, because we've already fell into a meter or a process of the things that we already know, already want, already do, and it's difficult to make those changes. And when we start new jobs older in life, when I was talking to Mr. Banks the other day, we had talked about being an older demographic and an older, group of men and an older group of people making a life change in our mid to late 40s, making a career change in our mid to late 40s. And as we look at things, we find it difficult to do because we're used to a certain way of living. Some of us want to make a job change, but we can't because of the financial situation. Some of us want to make that change because we want to spend more time with our family. We want to spend more time enjoying our lives because we have worked the majority of our lives. But then we worry about starting a new job because we have to start all over again. But let's put that into perspective in anything else that we do. Let's put that into perspective for those that are starting sobriety journeys or, starting a family accidentally in their late 40s. We're capable of overcoming that adversity. We're capable of making those big changes. We're just afraid to do it because we're comfortable in the situations that we're in. We're comfortable in the day-to-day life, and we're comfortable in the way that things work because we know how they work. But sometimes when we step outside of that comfort zone, we learn stuff about ourselves, we learn stuff about our friends, we learn stuff about our community, we learn stuff about our jobs that we never realized before until we have an opportunity to sit back and analyze that. I like to go to work every day because I learn something new every single day. And if I don't learn something new at work, I make sure to learn something new when I get home. Most of the time, though, it's not a very big challenge for me to learn something new while I'm at work. It's not hard to do because there's a world of possibility in front of my eyes every single day when I punch in for work. There's a whole new world out there when it comes to driving to work. I'm learning the changes and things. Right now, I'm learning the flow of traffic is insurmountably different if I stop at the gas station before I leave work than it is if I don't stop at the gas station before I leave for work. It's crazy because I know that I have to be out of my driveway at a certain time, or I'm going to be either delayed getting to work, or I'm not going to get there right on time because of the traffic. But when I leave a few minutes early, I think, okay, I could stop at the gas station. But when June, the gas station clerk, is doing her paperwork in the morning, sometimes she forgets that she's working for the people that are there, and she takes an extra 60 seconds to 2 minutes to acknowledge the customers. Now, this isn't a complaint. I understand what it's like to work behind a counter, but it's not a complaint, but it's a realization of the fact that people don't pay attention to what's going on around them because of the fact that they want to wrap up what they need to wrap up for the day or for the morning, because they need that because they have to do their job in order to take care of other people, in order to assist other people. And the challenges that come with that make it difficult sometimes because they have other responsibilities that they need to tend to in order to make their job happen for the day. But where's the priority lie? Where does the priority sit when it comes to you? Where does the priority sit when it comes to your family? Where does the priority sit when it comes to your job? Where do we take the opportunity to determine those priorities as a result of our need, as a result of the need of the other people, as a result of our customers, as a result of our family? You know, we don't think about these things because we don't need to think about these things. At your job, you don't need to think about it. You've already gotten to work on time. You've already punched in. It's not their responsibility. Your emergency is not my emergency. In the EMS field, we actually utilize that as a slogan. Your emergency is not my emergency. And although it's not fair to state that, it's the truth. It's the truth. It's whatever you have going on isn't my problem because it's your issue. The outcome ultimately falls on you. If you made bad decisions in your life and you have a negative outcome as a result, then you made those choices. So why does it have to impact me? Why does it have to influence me? It doesn't have to. But when we get stressed out or frustrated about something, we always look to blame other people on a more frequent basis. We look to blame other people because it makes us feel better. We blame share because of our inability to make those choices and inability to make those determinations. I do it. I'm not exempt from that at all. I blame share on a regular basis because if I blame share, I feel better about myself. If I blame share, I feel better about shouldering that burden with somebody else and not taking on the burden 100% by myself. You know, when I get home from work, sometimes I tune right out. I don't even pay attention to what's going on in the household. I just zone out. And, you know, if the kids are misbehaving, then my wife will handle it. She'll take care of it. She'll figure it out. She'll work it out. And that's not fair. It's not fair for my partner. It's not fair for my kids. It's not fair for me. But I still do it. And it's not intentional. It's just repetition. It's a habit, if you will. A lot of us struggle with taking that responsibility upon ourselves in order to do that. Now, I have, in the past, gotten in trouble for being delayed at work, being tardy. And as a matter of fact, I think today I might be a little bit late as a result of traffic, because I did choose to stop at the gas station before I left for work instead of stopping at the gas station after I got closer to work, which delayed the traffic, which pushed me behind a little bit more than what I anticipated or what I wanted. We may make it on time, we may not, but I'm not going to put other people at risk, and I'm not going to put other people in a situation where they have to share that burden with me because I'm late, to hinder their return home, to hinder their, safe arrival at work, to hinder their ability to drive their vehicles. I'm not going to do that because I'm mindful of that. But most of us aren't. And that's something so simple when it comes to the driving in the mornings, when it comes to the driving on the way home from work. Everybody wants to get home. Everybody wants to hurry up and get home. The idea is to get home safe without having issue, because if you break down on the side of the road, your arrival home is longer. It's delayed. If you get into an accident, your arrival home is longer. It's delayed. If you, cause an issue with your vehicle, your arrival home is longer because you can't rely on your vehicle anymore. And sometimes we just need those extra few minutes to kind of clear our mind, which is why I do the road rants. I'm able to clear my mind on my way to work and on my way home from work because I get to work through all of these negative things that happen during the day. And I get to work through those things that plague my mind as soon as I wake up in the morning. So this is a form of meditation. It's a form of opportunity for mindset. It's a form of opportunity to inform other people and educate, which is one of the things that I really like to do. is educate other people or teach other people things, but that's not everybody's bag. It's not what everybody does. It's not how everybody learns. But reading a book is far different than listening to something, and listening to something is far different than watching something on TV or on a computer screen. A lot of test quizzes and information otherwise is taught to us by YouTube videos and InfoSec videos and, instructional videos. Look at the onboarding for a majority of the companies out there, or training that companies do. Usually there is a video involved. That video is giving you the visual representation of the stuff that you're reading on a piece of paper. One way to learn how to do CPR is to read about it, talk about it, then do it. We don't do that with ourselves on a regular basis, though. If we're doing something wrong, we rely on other people to manage our lives and to tell us we're doing something wrong. We rely on other people to educate us on how to do it the right way. And until we learn how to do that ourselves, we're always going to struggle. Sometimes people will say to me, you have to do what's best for you and your family. I agree wholeheartedly. Sometimes you do have to rely on other people to help you observe that, though. And if we don't work together to achieve that goal, then our mission's always going to be, what do I do next? Instead of, I've got a plan. I've got a plan B. I've got a plan C. I've got a choice to make. I've got a decision to make that's going to change the outcome of a situation. We need to rely on ourselves that we have the ability to do that. We have the experience to do that. We have the possibility to overcome negative situations in our life as a result of the experiences that we have had. To either initiate the death disease process or to kill the process altogether and start our rebirth again. Guys, thanks for tuning in today. Hopefully this information did not fall on deaf ears. I look forward to seeing the feedback in the comments. Until our paths cross, stay strong, stay focused, stay sober. Much love. We'll see you guys soon.